all of you. Okay, today we'll discuss about the types of community analysis. First, last lecture class we discussed about this community analysis, the concept, definition, and what are the objectives, uses, all these things. If you know the concept, then you can find out what are the objectives and what are the uses of community analysis in public health. So, community analysis, it is a integrated approach or comprehensive assessment of entire population in relation to biological, environmental. So it is a comprehensive assessment entire population in relation to physical, biological, and social environment. And the main objectives of the community analysis to find out common problem in community, to assess the available resources in community, and the purpose of community analysis is not only finding the issues, not only finding the problem in community, it's also concerned to the how to solve problem in communities. What is your appropriate intervention program to solve community problem in community? So community analysis is not only finding these issues, not only finding the real problem of the community, it also concerned to the human resources and intervention program which easily solve the problem in community. Right? So you always remember the diagnosis, community analysis means not only finding the problem, it also concerned to the solve problem in community. Right? So today types of community analysis. Then there are two types of analysis we have to introduce in community analysis. Comprehensive community analysis aim to obtain general information about the community. Means the general information we can get from the comprehensive assessment. That is comprehensive community analysis. General information means all types of information. It may be environmental, it may be demographic, it may be educational, it may be nutritional, it may be political situation also. So all the information, general information which need for this community health. So if our objective is to obtain the general information about the community, then we have to introduce comprehensive community analysis. We already define in definition of community analysis. It is a comprehensive assessment of entire population in relation to physical, biological, and social environment. Physical, biological, so it comes under the comprehensive assessment, comprehensive diagnosis. So it has include physical, biological, social, and others, epidemiological, nutritional, educational, and service coverage in community, and taboos which disturbs all the general information we have to diagnosis in comprehensive assessment. Then problem-oriented community analysis. Problem in comprehensive analysis, it has need more resources, it has need more monies, it has need more times. So sometimes we may not be afford it due to limitation of the resources. So at that situation, we focus for problem-oriented community analysis. What is the main problem? Single problem which extremely or which significantly affect on health. You have to choose it and then start to diagnose. Problem-oriented community analysis. Comprehensive general information, we can collect general information from the community. And problem-oriented, we have to focus for particular problem, particular need. Only so it has need less money as compared to comprehensive assessment. It has need less time as compared to comprehensive assessment. It has need less human resources as compared to comprehensive assessment. If the comprehensive assessment is not possible, then we focus for problem-oriented community analysis. Elements of comprehensive community analysis. What comes under the comprehensive community analysis? I think you all of you know about these things. We already discussed in first semester. Demographic variables, the elements of comprehensive community analysis. Demographic variables, total population, its distribution, age and sex composition, selected vital indicators, growth rate, CDR, pattern of migration, population projection. First variables, the demographic variables for comprehensive assessment. So what is the use of total population? I think we already discussed in first semester. total population, geographical distribution of population, urban, rurals, and population density. So what is the use of it? I think we already seen first semester. Total sum, for example, total population. If we know population, then we can estimate what is how much services required for that population, how much resources required for that population. So if we are going to provide some intervention program, then we the total population in the sex group. So some problem are related to only men, the male population in that community and female population in that community, and then it can help to estimate these services for the specific problem to both populations. CDR, CBR, growth rate, all these things. Crude birth rate. We should know the crude birth rate in the community. Without knowing the birth rate, then we cannot estimate what is the situation of health in that community and what are the intervention program is need to increase or decrease CBR. CDR, similarly CDR, crude death rate. Also, to find out the health status in community, we should know CDR and CBR. If there is high CDR, means the health status of the community is not good. So if there is high CDR, then we have to estimate, we have to develop intervention program to reduce CDR in community. Similarly, in comprehensive assessment, all the demographic information we should find out, and without the demographic information, we cannot estimate the services, we cannot estimate the resources, we cannot estimate. To estimate this intervention program, we should know the demographic information. So it is the first elements of comprehensive community dynamics. Again, in demographic information, population group that need special attention. Indigenous people, we have to take special attention for indigenous people, because the health status of indigenous peoples in research explain the health status of indigenous peoples not good as compared to other population. So first we have to find out indigenous peoples in the community and what is the health situation of indigenous people. So if we are going to conduct any program, then we should know what is the total population of indigenous people and what is their needs and what is the problem are common in indigenous peoples. Internal refugee also, again, as compared to general population, the health status of refugee, internal refugee are not good. So at that time, we should find out total number of refugee in that community and what is the need, what are the need for internal refugee, and we have to estimate program, intervention program for internal refugee. And socially dislocated group as a result of disaster, calamities and development program. Also we have to find out socially dislocated people groups also need what is the number of socially dislocated groups and their problems, and then how to solve their problems. We have to need to find out. So it can get from the demographic profile of these communities. Socioeconomic and cultural variables. Social indicators. Transportation system, education levels, housing conditions, so these things you can find out from the socioeconomic and cultural variables. Economic indicators. First you have to observe, and you can note also poverty levels, income, employment rate, types of industry present in the community, occupation common in the community. Economic indicators is also part of demographic variables. Poverty levels. Certainly, government can find out the population of below poverty levels, and then they can take special attention for that below poverty level population. They can provide subsidy. They can provide special intervention to improve the quality of life in below poverty level population. So here is we should find out the economic level of the population in community. So generally, if there is below poverty level population, then how much population is there, and what are the problems, and what are the appropriate intervention need to improve quality of life in below poverty level. Employment rate, low employment rate, definitely that take attention how to reduce unemployment rate, and definitely if there is reducing unemployment rate, then improve quality of life in the community. So through the community analysis, we should find out poverty level population, unemployment rate, also types of industry, what types of industry are there, and then what are the problems related to the industry, and what is the appropriate intervention to solve the problem related to the industry. So question about this industries present in the community, and types of occupation, the common occupation in the community. Generally, if we are going to discuss in Nepal, the common occupation is agriculture. Then we have to analyze what is the situation of health of people who are engaging in agriculture sectors. What are the problems, and what are the intervention program need to improve quality of life among the people who are engaging in agriculture sector. So first we have to find out the common occupation in community, and then what problem related to that common occupation, and then what are the appropriate intervention to solve the problem for that target group. So it is comes under the demographic. Cultural factors is the determinant of health. We already discussed in first semester. Cultural factors, what is the situation of cultural factors in the community, and also we have to find out is the cultural factors affect on health or not. If yes, then what is the intervention program need to solve this or to reduce these types of effect in community. So generally we should know the cultural patterns in community, and it can get through the community analysis. So it has include ethnicity, social class, language, religion, race, political orientation, cultural beliefs and practice, and concept about health and illness. These types of situation we should know. The main objectives of community analysis is to know detailed information about the community in community. To know detailed information about the community. For comprehensive assessment, if we know detailed information about the community, then it can help to develop appropriate intervention program to solve the problem in community. If we know the detailed information about cultural factors, then also we can find out how it can affect on health, and sometimes how it can support on health. So all these are the determinant of health we already discussed in first semester, and here we can find out what is the situation of the cultural factors in community. And then not only finding the cultural factors, we also to find out how to solve the problem related to the cultural factors in community. Environmental indicators, environmental health. We already discussed in second semester. Physical, geographical. Environment, general environment means there are three types of environment: physical environment, biological environment, and socio-cultural environment. So here we discuss about the physical environment, cultural environment. We will discuss the physical environment. What is the situation of physical environment? Generally, physical environment comes under the water, air, soil, and pollution. So all these things comes under the physical environment. The temperature, humidity, or discussed first semester. So water supply, the situation of water supply, appropriate or not appropriate. is the population get safe drinking water or not? If not, then how much population are lacking from the safe drinking waters? And then we also discuss about the pollution, water pollution. We also discuss about this problem related to water pollution, and then we discuss about how to make water pure, or method of water purification we are discuss, and then how to solve problem related to water pollution. So waste disposal. So you already discussed in second semester. So here is we discuss about what is the situation of environmental health and community, and also we find out what are the problems related to environmental pollution, and then last how to develop intervention program to solve the environmental pollution in community, or to solve the problem related to environmental pollution in community. Health and illness patterns. Health and illness patterns. One thing, comprehensive assessment means all health and illness patterns, leading cause of mortalities, leading cause of morbidity. First, we should find out the mortalities, but situation of mortality in community, situation of morbidity in community, and their cause. What are the leading cause of high mortality and high morbidity in community? So, health and illness patterns provide this the situation of mortality and morbidity, cause of maternal mortality ratio, maternal mortality health, and hospital admission. So, if we find out the cause, then we have to develop intervention program to prevent these causes which help to increase mortality and morbidity in community. So, without information, morbidity and mortality information, we cannot estimate our intervention program. So before introducing the intervention program, there is need what is the situation of morbidity mortalities in community. Morbidity, I think you know, prevalence of problem, incidence of problem. And then health resource, manpower resources, human resources, not right manpower resources. So you have the provided you have to use for human resources. And material resources. What is the situation of human resources in the community? The human resources available in community is appropriate to solve the problem in community or to handle the intervention program in community. So here we have to analyze the level of human resources available in community and their role for the intervention program. And material resources. What are the material resources used for the intervention program? We are material resources. Here, political leadership and patterns. Political situation of the country also extremely damage the health system of country. So, if there is bad political systems in country, definitely it can significantly affect on health of community people. If the political situation unstable in community, if there are internal wars, if there is internal conflict, then definitely it can affect on health. So here is also you have to find out what is the situation of leadership and leadership patterns, and then we have to estimate the intervention program. Then we have to estimate this problem in the community. Here, read first and then you can understand. Now, problem-oriented community analysis. Now, being with the problem and then assess the communities in terms of the problem. In particular problem, you have to choose it for the diagnosis. So, respond to the particular needs. But the particular need or significant need of the community only, we have to focus for the one significant or particular need in the community. And we have to use problems-oriented community analysis when the comprehensive assessment is too expensive. Okay? We already discussed about that. If it is expensive comprehensive assessment, then we have to focus on problem-oriented community analysis. Today only these much types of community analysis: comprehensive community analysis and problem-oriented community analysis. In comprehensive community analysis, it has included all the sectors of health, all the elements of health, or all the determinant or dimension of health. So all these things we have to discuss in comprehensive community diagnosis. And problem oriented, only a specific problem or a specific need, and if the comprehensive assessment is expensive, then we have to focus for problem oriented community. So today only this much, and next time we'll discuss about the steps of community diagnosis.